You're good? Yeah? Okay, cool. So, hi, my name is Roman. I just want to thank you for doing this interview with me. Could you tell me your name?
My name's Alan.
Okay, Alan. So, I heard that you just got home from LDS mission. Where do you go?
I served in the Samoa Apia mission.
It's such a cool place to go. So, what do you think when you learned that you were going there?
I thought it was interesting because my mom's from Samoa.
Okay.
So it's basically I'm heading to where my mom was born and raised to
Yeah.
figure out her side of the family, to learn what she grew up with.
So definitely some like cultural
Oh yeah.
family
There's a big
things going on
cultural
there.
difference, yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool. And so, like, did you did they speak English when you got there, or you have
So
to learn?
there's three main islands that coexist with Samoa.
Yeah.
The main island is called Upolu. About half the island speaks English, the other half speaks Samoan.
Okay. That's
Another one is Tutuila, or American Samoa,
Yeah.
and they speak, a lot of them speak English over there.
Okay.
Every now and then you'll see somebody who doesn't speak English at all.
Yeah.
And then the last one is Savai'i, where hardly anybody speaks English, just
Mhm.
straight Samoan.
Was it hard to develop that language for you?
It was fairly difficult because even though I'm half Samoan, it's probably like something I could have learned with growing up with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got there, it was difficult speaking because when everyone found out that I was half Samoan, everyone kind of judged me, saying that you're Samoan already, you should already know the language.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so a lot of people kind of pushed me down a little bit with the language.
Mm-hmm.
But with learning it, it's fairly easy once you get the vowels down.
Okay.
The vowels are the only thing different. And the consonant vowels are all the
Okay.
same.
And so you felt like everyone there, because of your cultural background, thought you would already know the language,
Yeah.
and so it was hard for you because they would judge you on
Yeah.
like, oh, you should know
I
this
should already
stuff.
know this thing.
You're Samoan, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And so I mean, so then what was your favorite part about
My
the
favorite
mission?
part about Samoa was actually understanding who my mom is.
Okay,
Kind of understanding where she came from and why she does things the way she does today.
yeah,
And actually understanding that I actually came from Samoa. But this is
Okay.
my mom's culture, and that it got me to help me better understand who my mom really is. I thought it was a
Okay.
really cool thing to even meet some of her family members out there
oh
where she
wow,
was born, and seeing
wow,
a bunch of friends and family out there. So
wow.
it was
So,
really cool.
so you had relatives out there in the mission area.
I had a lot of aunties and uncles out there.
Okay. And you said your parents were originally from there, or their grandparents?
So my mom was born in Samoa.
Okay.
My mom was born in Samoa. My grandpa, I think he was born in Samoa too.
Mm-hmm.
When my mom was 6, she moved to New Zealand,
Okay.
and she was basically raised there.
Cool.
And my dad, he's originally from the Cook Islands,
Okay.
another Polynesian island.
And are those nearby?
It's fairly close, yeah.
Okay.
It's like at least a couple hours difference. But my parents met when my dad was serving his LDS mission in New Zealand.
Wow.
So after his mission, he went back to meet my mom, and those two got married out there in New Zealand and came here to America to have us kids.
That's so cool that your parents met on their missions. Like, I don't think a lot of missionaries can say they met their loved one on a mission. And so, what was your favorite part about your mission?
I think my favorite part was, me serving in LDS mission, coming to an understanding of who Jesus Christ was and what he did for us.
Yeah.
So, like, me growing up as a child, I wasn't the best example to my friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm thinking that when I'm serving a mission, like, why am I actually here? What's the purpose of
Okay.
serving a mission anyway? Do I really want to do this, or am I just doing this to impress others, get attention from my friends and family?
Okay, so you felt like you were in the middle of like, am I going for like attention? Am I going for myself? Am I?
So at first I was kind of just doing it for my parents,
Mm-hmm.
and as a missionary, everyone has their different reasons on why they want to serve. They want to do it because I want to do it because my parents and have the opportunity to, so I want to do it for
Yeah.
them, or
Yeah.
I want to do it because my sibling came home early from their mission. I want to finish my mission for them, or
Okay.
they have all these other reasons why they want to serve. But the main reason why missionaries should serve a mission is for
Mhm.
Jesus Christ. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ went 34 years preaching the gospel, and
Mhm.
he gave up his life for us.
Yeah.
The least that we could do is serve just 2 years of our lives.
Yeah.
Dedicate 2
Oh, yeah.
years of our lives for him,
Yeah.
and to continue where he left off. So that
Yeah.
as us missionaries, we leave our families temporarily so that other families can be together forever.
Mhm. Wow, man. So was there like any like special experience that you had on your mission? Maybe just a one-time thing that happened.
It was in the beginning of my mission, and it actually started before my mission because I remember my dad telling me that I need to read the Book of Mormon before I leave.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I was just like, I don't really care. I didn't want to read it because I felt like it wasn't going to help me at the time.
Yeah. Okay.
But when I got into the mission, I was just thinking like, wait, when I'm doing this, I'm actually teaching about the Book of Mormon for the next 2 years, and I haven't even read it yet. So how do I know for myself if it's true or not?
Okay.
And I hear a lot of people say that, hey, before you read the Book of Mormon, you have to sit down, you have to say a prayer and ask Heavenly Father first if the Book of Mormon is true.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
so I did that. And as I was reading, just like the first few minutes of reading the Book of Mormon, I just had this weird feeling. It's really hard to explain, but that feeling where you just know it's right.
Yeah.
Like, for example, when we're getting married, right? You just don't know when that person, that special someone in your life is the actual person, right?
Yeah.
Until you get that really good feeling, and then you're just like, okay, yeah, I totally know that she's the one,
That's
he's the one, you know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the same feeling I got with the Book of Mormon.
Okay.
That it was just something that I just knew the Book of Mormon was true after reading it. And because I knew it was true, I couldn't put it down. It was just something that really helped me out, and throughout the mission, I ended up reading the Book of Mormon 10 times.
Wow.
And so, like, even though you read it multiple times and you're just thinking, like, oh, it's the same story, it's the same this and that, that means we're just reading it just to get through it.
Yeah.
Rather than just, like, actually taking the time. Are you actually reading it, or are you just trying to get through it?
Yeah.
So, each time I read the Book of Mormon, I took my time. And I want to understand that every time I'm reading it, I'm always seeing something new. Like, even today, after being home from the mission, I'm reading the Book of Mormon every night before I go to sleep.
Yeah.
If it's one verse, I mean, I'm grateful that I'm able to just read one verse, even how
That's
tired
good.
I am. At least one verse. I'm grateful that I'm able to read one.
It's good.
And then when I'm reading a verse, it feels like it kind of summarizes my day. Like, hey, I noticed that today. Like, when you're reaching out to help others, like, oh yeah, I definitely remember doing that, or having somebody helping me instead.
Yeah.
So I just see how the Book of Mormon can help everybody in their lives, no matter what situation they're in.
That's really cool that you had that experience and how that really helped you influence your life. And so, I mean, on the flip side, what would be like the least favorite thing about your mission? If there is one.
I think, I don't know how to describe it, but like, probably not necessarily the worst thing about the mission, but one of the most hardest things I ever went through was the first 7 months of my mission.
Okay, so what was hard about that?
The fact that I went into the mission without a testimony was probably the hardest thing.
Okay.
And it made it worse because my very first companion, you know, our trainer, who's supposed to teach us how to teach people how to do this and that, what are the rules of the mission.
Yeah.
My trainer taught me how to break the rules, basically.
Okay.
So he told me that you can't do this, you can do that, when you're really not supposed to. So I was misled for the first 7 months of my mission.
So you felt like you really had this bad influence, and it kind of brought you on a different path, and you kind of had to steer back.
So that was the hardest part, is just kind of trying to come back, because knowing how much fun I had breaking all these rules, I knew I needed to come back. And in result, that got me to think that I really need to try repenting.
Yeah.
At first, I'm like, I don't even know what repenting is. I don't even know. I feel kind of embarrassed to even try to repent. But it was something that I really needed to do.
Mhm.
And when I gave that a shot, it was just like that warm feeling I had again. Like I actually felt a feeling that I was forgiven.
Mhm.
Like when you do something terrible to your friend, you feel like your friend discarded you or something.
Yeah.
But everybody makes mistakes, and we all know that nobody's perfect.
Mhm.
But Heavenly Father will never leave us because of one little mistake that we did.
Yeah, and good for you for seeing that in yourself and for like trying to forgive. I mean, I think that's a really good attribute you have for sure. And I mean, so like the missionaries you worked with that were goofing off, and when you tell me about them, like, were do you feel like they were a good influence to you most of the time? Do you feel like they were?
But some of them were some of them were good influences, and every now and then, some of them would make a mistake. But with those first couple of companions I had in the first 7 months, they just constantly chose to do the wrong things, and I kind of just at the time didn't know what that was, the right thing to do or not.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of sitting here like I don't even know what the rules are,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm kind of just going along with them, like tagging along, like okay,
Yeah.
I think this is right, so
Mm-hmm.
without actually knowing what the rules are.
Okay, and so you felt kind of lost, and you just went with your companions just to.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I mean, what about like the people you met there?
I love the people a lot. The members, the people of Samoa, they're just super respectful.
Mm-hmm.
People who, when you see in any way how to respect somebody, they're always super respectful, always kind, always willing to help out.
That's cool. So you felt like the people there were really willing to give a helping hand, and that felt pretty good. That's good. And so what do you miss most about the country?
About the country itself,
Yeah,
I just miss the people most.
the people the most.
I love the way that they treat each other. Sometimes they treat each other, in ways that you probably shouldn't. But I mean, that's just everybody everywhere, wherever you're going in the world. But I really like how kind they are and how respectful they can be to everybody.
Yeah, that's really cool that you had that connection with them. And so do you feel the same way when you left for your mission for the people here?
It's a little different because of the cultural difference, but yeah, it's kind of the same thing applies out here that I developed back from the mission.
Yeah.
And I applied out here.
Yeah. Well, Alan, it sounds like you had a really big experience on your mission. I want to thank you for sharing with me your story and agreeing to do this interview with me. I really appreciate it. And we're done.